to the Night Out on Crime 4th annual event. I am Director Angela Shute-Woodson and proud to be the Director of Community Relations, and we work very closely with our safety forces to put this event on for you to learn, for you to get to know them and how to protect yourself. We're gonna have some fun events tonight, not just line dancing. We're gonna have our show wagon perform for you shortly. And under this white tent in the center, we're gonna have some special demonstrations. Some self-defense will be starting at 6 o'clock, we hope, or a little after. And then you're gonna have some talks from our safety folks, how to protect yourself, our fire folks to learn more about electric heaters in the fall, as well as learning about smoke detectors, and also some folks from our health department. So now I have the pleasure of introducing our mayor from this side of town, Justin M. Bibb.
Thank you so much. It's good to be back at Luke Easter Park. And I can remember, I want to first just say thanks, Councilwoman Gray, for letting me in your ward this evening.
You're welcome.
I remember spending a whole lot of summers, as my mom could attest, getting my butt kicked playing basketball across the street. But it's so good to be here to celebrate the 40th anniversary of Mayor's Night Out. Let's give that a round of applause. And as we all know, it's been a hard summer for our city and a hard summer across the country with a violent crime. But I believe, and I believe you all believe this as well, that the best thing we can do to solve violent crime in our city is to bring the community together. Bring the community together. And I know Chief Wayne Drummond and all of our law enforcement partners here on stage are working around the clock to keep our city safe and secure. With the support of City Council, we're going to be putting more money on the street through a new $10 million neighborhood safety fund to support grassroots organizations all across our city. And I also want to let you know, if you have a Ring camera as a resident or a business owner, sign up for our smart camera sharing program to help us keep our city safe and secure long term. If you're a resident and you're concerned about public safety, do what my late grandmother did. Start a street watch program on your block. Because we all on the stage and all out here in the park today, we all have a role to keep our city safe and prosperous long term. So congratulations. Let's have a good time. I want DJ Cowboy to bring some hits later on, some Frankie Beverly and Mays, some Gap Band, some Drake, but let's have a good time. Love y'all, everybody. Appreciate you. God bless and stay safe.
Let's give it up again for our mayor. He's here at home in our park. Next, we want to come up our chief of police. Can you welcome to the microphone, Dwayne Drummond, please?
Good afternoon, everyone. It's good to be here in Luke Easter. As a matter of fact, like the mayor just talked about him coming up here and playing, I came up here quite a bit with my family, right in this particular field, playing soccer. I used to come up here with my family. Those of you who don't know, I was born in Montego Bay, Jamaica. So soccer was a sport that I really grew up on. So we came up here almost every weekend and played soccer right on this field. Had a really good time. So this is home for me as well. My mom doesn't live very far from here, so I'm here on a regular basis, at least driving through. This is a very important occasion, Mayor's Night Out, as the mayor just said, 40th anniversary. We can't do it alone, and that's why these events are extremely important for the community to come out and work with us in a collaboration. And talking about collaboration, we have our partners here from the FBI. Thank you very much. We have our partners here from the U.S. Marshal Service. Again, without their partnership, we can't be as successful as we are. We'll continue to enhance those partnerships and those relationships, but we need you, our citizens, our residents, our community, to get involved and help us solve some of these issues that we have in our neighborhoods. I'm very proud to have on the stage with me as well from my command staff, Commander Mo Brown. He's your commander here in this district. Mo, can you stand up for a second? I call him Mo. Mo Brown. Yeah. Maurice is his name, but I call him Mo. And then you have Deputy Chief, recently promoted Deputy Chief Ali Pillow. So congratulations. But we are working tirelessly. Same thing with the men and women in Division of Police you'll meet. You see some on the horse, motorcycles here and so forth, and other parts of the Division of Police that's here to working on your behalf. Thank you very much and have a great night.
Thank you, Chief. We have just a few more speakers, but we have to let her come to the mic because we're in part of her house in Ward 4, and that's the illustrious City Councilwoman, Deborah Gray. Bring her to the mic.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's an honor that Mayor's Night Out, is in Ward 4. It's a pleasure to see everyone to come out to participate. It is so important that we work together in our community to help our young teens, to prosper. So we have to be boots on the ground, boots on the ground, boots on the ground to work this out. So thank you for being here. Thank you.
Now we have coming to the mic another councilman who's a part of the 4th District, but he traveled a long way. From the Lee Harvard area of Ward 1, please welcome Councilman Joe Jones.
To the mayor of the city of Cleveland, to all of the police officers who are here, I just want to take the opportunity to thank you. Let's give our police officers a great big round of applause for the work they do for us on a consistent basis here in the city of Cleveland. A lot of times we don't know how bad things are until we're in the middle of the fray. And when we get into the middle of the fray, we don't understand it until we're there at that moment. And I appreciate the work that our officers do day in and day out in our city to serve our citizens. And the challenges that we have today is not just here in our city, as the mayor says, it's all over the country. I have never, in all the time that I've been in existence on the planet, has seen it so bad as it is in our cities, in our state, in our nation, and on a global level. We truly have our challenges. But one of the things that is the most common denominator that we all have in common is one another. And taking the time to spend time with one another, love one another, fight for one another, organize, and go back to what has made us successful as a city. And that success is us all coming together and dealing with the very most impressed issues in our community. And there's 3 things, I call them the ABCs, 1, 2, 3. We must improve education. And as a city, if we can get 2 of the 3 things correct, we'll be a profound and powerful city. Education. When we look over at Solon, you can't buy a property in Solon. When we look over in Solon, they have a line of folks who wants to be into those apartments so they can get good education for their kids. We must be a competitive city when it comes to education. We can retain our existing population and bring more people back to the city. Economic development. Economic development. Knowing the assets of what we have, as well as going out and bringing new businesses back to the city of Cleveland, increasing our tax base so we can improve and put more services out. And then number 3, safety and security. We invest an enormous amount of resources in our safety forces every year, year in and year out. We must continue to do that, and we must find creative ways to keep our citizens safe. And I'll tell you this, I'm proud and honored to have the mayor that we have in the city of Cleveland today. He's young, he's brilliant, he thinks about what needs to be done, and he gets to the business of trying to take care of it without the flash. And a lot of folks want him to walk on water. He just got here. He's only been here for 18 months with a budget of $1.9 billion. So at the end of the day, I'm proud of our mayor. I'm thankful that we got him. He's a breath of fresh air. And I want to see him here not only this time, but for the next term and the term after. So I appreciate you, Mayor Bibb. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Joe Jones. And next we have a special guest, but there are partners in this city from the FBI, Special Agent Nelson, to come speak to us.
Well, good evening, everybody, and Mayor Bibb, thank you for the invite. And what I wanted to say is there's not a place I'd rather be right now than with this community, talking to you about our partnerships and what the FBI does. So thank you for having me, and I look forward, again, I've been here a year, so I look forward to future invites, Mayor, to come out and showcase what we do. A couple things that I wanted to touch on, some things you may not know about the FBI, but outreach is one of our priorities. We want to get out in your communities, we want to be transparent about what we do, what we're seeing, and we want to work with the communities on specific things such as violent crime. That leads into violent crime here is a priority for us. Behind the scenes, 24/7, we have teams with the U.S. Marshals, with Cleveland Division of Police, with the sheriffs, and all the other local and state law enforcements that we are working tirelessly to try to put those worst offenders in jail and take them out of your communities to make you a safer community. So we're working together, we're not working alone. You can rest assured that violent crime is a top priority for all of us. So thank you for having me, and I look forward to meeting some people as I walk around.
Thank you. And now we have another partner from our U.S. Marshal, if she would come up and introduce herself and give a few words.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Ann Murphy. I'm the Assistant Chief with the United States Marshal Service here in the Northern District of Ohio. And the two things that I want to talk about tonight for a very short amount of time, but if you have any questions or want to know more about the Marshal Service or what we do, we're all the way in the back. So please come visit us, talk to our deputies, take some pictures, make sure you get a couple junior deputy badges, things like that for the kiddos. But most important for tonight, for us, are two words: community and commitment. You have the commitment of the United States Marshal Service, and you have had that for the last 20 years. We're getting ready to celebrate our 20th anniversary of the Northern Ohio Violent Fugitive Task Force that has been here in the city of Cleveland, working day in and day out with people on this stage and people out in the community. Which leads me to the second point, community. That's the second and likely more important event here, is community. Not just the commitment from here, from all of us on stage and law enforcement partners out there, but from the community. We're asking for your help. We're asking for your help to keep our streets safer and to tell us what's going on in the community so we can make sure that we remove people who are causing havoc off the streets. We had a great arrest this afternoon with the person who robbed the pizza place on Broadway Avenue, and we're happy to have him off the streets and no longer causing any havoc to the community members. Thank you very much. I'm so proud to be here. Thank you very much for inviting me. And like I said, we'll be in the back, and I'll be in the bounce house later if anybody's looking for me. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. And I want to give some recognition because we have our judge of the housing court on stage with us. Come on, Monet Scott, stand up and wave to everybody. She has a table. You need to meet her. How often do we have our judges on hand, touch and feel in the community? We have representatives from our 4th District Community Relations Committee. They work with Edwin Paris. Edwin, if you're out there, raise your hand. He works very hard out here in the 4th District. And you should learn from them when the meetings are monthly in this community. I also got to give shout outs to our safety chief. He's trying to hide with his son over here, but Carrie Howard, we see you. We're glad you're here. Director Dave Margolis is here in the mayor's cabinet from our health department. Also, Director McLemore is here from the Department of Aging, so if you have any questions for her, she's also going to be under that white tent to give a presentation. And Chief Luke, I see you. You're looking dead at us. You should have been up here. Chief Luke's right here, head of our fire department. Please get to know your firefighters. They got a lot of information. Commissioner Wheeler, where are you? There you go. Commissioner Wheeler's here from EMS. So we have our EMS friends. Also, we have our partners from PIO. We have staff from the PIO office and the mayor that's here on hand. There are many departments here. I also see our city prosecutor, Akila Jordan, is in the house. She's got her table set up. We apologize, but we love our city prosecutor. Please learn from her as well. You have a lot of hands-on people today. Our external partners, the Cleveland Peacemakers Alliance, ICU, and many others. Sister Gail Reese, who works with us to do violent interruption in the streets as well. So Councilman Starr, I see you. We love you. From Ward 5, he also shares the back end of the park. So this is very much his district as well. So please, please take advantage of all the people here and the information. We're going to let our beautiful young people from the show wagon take over and learn as much as you can. But again, if you see something,
Say something.
I can't hear. Oh, I'm going home. Let's go, y'all.
Say it. No, don't go home.
If you see something, I can't hear you. If you see something, I want them to hear you on Harvard. If you see something, that's what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much.